welcome back to Fair Iron and Customs. I'm Michael. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Guys, I am out here working on the F1, the rat rod project here in the shop. We're getting ready to pull the cab off of the chassis. And it's set in rain for the next couple of days here in North Carolina, so I really don't want to push this out in the rain. And I thought about going ahead and getting it pulled off, motoring through, get the tractor out. And I was like, I don't really want to mess the yard up. We got plenty to do before we get the cab pulled out. So what we may do today, I want to go ahead and get the cab completely stripped of everything that has any weight to it, anything that's going to be in the way, because once we get this out of the truck and set up, the entire floor is coming out, the firewall's coming out, the toe board's coming out. So, all of those things are going, anything that's attached to the firewall or the toe board, well, there's nothing but a dimmer switch attached to the toe board, but everything's got to come out of here at some point. It'll be better to do it now before we start trying to before we create a frame and block ourselves in from getting that stuff pulled out. So what I've already done, I started on the glove box area. The glove box is over there. It is tore all to pieces, which is to be expected. They were made out of cardboard, and 30 years ago when I took the one out of my Chevrolet, I was easy with it and still fell all to pieces. When we build a glove box for this truck, I'll probably build some sort of form and make one out of fiberglass, if we even have one at all. All right, guys, I'm down here in the truck now. We may get crazy. I was thinking about it this morning. If y'all haven't seen how Diff from Rat Rods for Africa built his gauge pod, he put them right in the dash. I was thinking, and not sure if this was a vent. I almost feel for certain this would have been a speaker. I guess, I don't know. None of this stuff was in the truck when I got it. But I think I'm going to build my little gauge panel for my air lines up here and kind of make it, we're going to get creative up there. And if we don't want to put a glove box in the glove box location, what we can do is build us a panel, put us a little radio in here. You close the lid, you don't see the radio. It looks like there's no radio. Of course, we probably ain't going to hear a radio with open headers, but, stick some speakers somewhere you can't see them. We're going to get creative with it. But that's on down the line of me thinking out loud. So, I was going to take the glove box lid off. I don't see any need of it right now. We will take it off in the future because my goal is for the inside of the truck to be painted. We're going to paint this. I'm going to make a headliner to go up here. We're going to actually build the later trucks like 51, I think 51, 52, the later F1s before it went to the F100 actually had the spar across the middle of the top of the roof. So I'm going to build something to go up there, so we can have maybe a dome light, but there will be a headliner in here. I'm not sure. We haven't got that far yet. We're working on it. One day at a time. There's a lot of work to do to this cab. So, with that being said, I kind of messed with this heater. I haven't really looked at this, and I don't know much about what's supposed to be in these trucks. This heater looks like this whole thing is the heater core. It's like, or maybe the core is inside of yeah, that's plastic. But it's loose, and it's in there all kind of jank. So I think we're going to end up cutting those screws to get that out. So I think that's probably the first place we should go, is get that out. Like I said, everything that's on this firewall's got to go, and I need to get some light so y'all can see what I'm doing. Wow. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be using that anyway, because the motor is trashed. Let's see. What can we get off of this? Hot wave. The core may be good in this, guys. The core may be good, but the motor is seized. So we may play with that and see what we can do. See if we can replace that. Get a motor to replace the motor. Check and see if the core is still good or not. So that's got this side done. That's got the outside done. There are these little aggravating clips that are holding this in. That's a screw. Look at that. Tell me that wouldn't catch on fire and burn. I mean, it wouldn't burn long because there ain't much there to burn. But so like I said, all that holds that in is some little aggravating clips. I don't know if they feel like they're plastic. So that's got, I think that's got this side, guys. I do apologize about the lighting. I don't know if y'all can see any of that at all. Probably not. But I think that's got everything. And I'm going to work my way over to this side. We're going to get everything out. I don't think that, no, I don't believe that the vent attaches to the firewall. I'm hoping not. I intend to keep the vent in the truck. I mean, to me, that's just, cool. That's going to be air conditioner in the summertime. So, let's swap over to the other side and get the other side tore down. Guys, there was nothing holding the gauge cluster in. I think there's supposed to be like a bolt there, and one there, but there was nothing holding it in. This truck's been apart before. I've always kind of thought it was somebody's project that they give up on, which is, a lot of times what the case may be. I'm having to kind of brute force some of this stuff out of here because, ain't no telling how long it sat up like this. As a matter of fact, if you look, and I don't, like I said, I don't have a light. If you look up against where, no, that's seam sealer. So, also, I got to find my wrench. I just had it a few seconds ago. I'm trying to get the emergency brake out. There's two bolts that go into the firewall. I don't know if y'all see anything. from the outside. So if you have fenders on your truck, those will probably be a pure nightmare to get to. And there's two up here. So I'm going to get that out. That's probably going to be the last thing. Just wanted to throw this out to you. I want to look and see what's going on with this wiper assembly. But I don't think this thing runs off of electricity. That knob right there is what runs the wipers. You have to turn that. I believe that's attached to the wiper arm. Of course, nothing in the transmission's moving, so I may be tripping out. I don't know. Like I said, I can't see. I'm being too lazy to go get a light. So let me get this out and we'll come back. All right, guys. So curiosity got the best of me. I went ahead and pulled the wiper motor out. This thing runs off of vacuum. I'm sure that maybe some of you guys watching this may already know this. I don't know. I mean, I guess we could hook it up to something and see if it'll work. The switch in it is really sticky. So, and I messed up the knob trying to turn it earlier. So that's, that's that. Most likely, with the window, with the chop, we're going to have to do something else anyway, if we even run wipers on this truck. So, I had kicked around the idea about going ahead and welding in the cross braces to haul this out, but I think we'll do that tomorrow. We'll go ahead and weld in the cross braces, figure out what bolts. I know there's two at the front. I don't know where the ones are at the back. It looks like it's got some sort of weird dog bone underneath the bottom of it. I don't know. We may have to jack the suspension up and see if we can't figure out what's going on with that. But, yeah, that's what we're going to get into tomorrow. Go ahead and finish shoring up the cab to go ahead and haul it off. Oh, something I was wanting to mention. So I started to pull this apart. Go ahead and pull the bolts. There's nuts on the backside inside, but there's a brace into the dash that hooks to those three bolts on either side. So until we get the floor completely welded into the truck, I'm just going to let those hang out right there. That will be something we fix at the end. Not 100% sure how I'm going to fix it yet, but we're going to fix that. We got a bunch of holes we're going to weld up. That's basically the reason why I want to replace the firewall. Flat sheet of metal, shape it like we want it up against the motor. We don't need that. We're not going to need anything because we got the motor sitting far enough forward. The distributor's not going to hit the firewall. The heads aren't going to hit the firewall. Nothing's hitting the firewall, so the firewall can be completely flat with a couple of maybe some new, a different design in it. Do away with these holes that were for the fenders. See what I'm saying? Make it look a little more slick. And then I've got to figure out what to do about the ID tag on this thing, because it's going to have to be moved from the firewall. And we're going to get into that much later on. Anyway, that's it for today. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to get this thing braced up. We're either going to have it braced up, and if the weather's where we can push it out of the shop and bring the tractor around and get it off, get the cab set off, we'll get the cab set off tomorrow. If not, it'll be one day next week. I've got some other things to do. I do need to run out to the box store and pick up a piece of 3/8 copper pipe, and we're ready to start building the manifold. I think I've got all the fittings I need for that, so we can do that one day while we're waiting for it to dry out. We got plenty of things to do. Anyway, it's been a fast February, guys. We've only got 30 now, so we've got a week, and y'all will see this video on Monday. So anyway, I'll see y'all.